Cut!
Hi everyone, I'm Mena, and welcome back, explorers, to my vlog. Also, if you happen to be new here, or are a repeat visitor, be welcome. Be sure to also look at the description below for all credits given. And with all that said, good morning everyone, and yes, we are deep into the month of November at this point, and Thanksgiving should be coming very soon. But since I'm on an anime kick, I figured I'd mention a couple different anime that you could watch during this particular month. That's food related. And although the first one that I will mention, half the time I feel like watching it during Halloween because of what it's about. The devil is a part-timer. That is one of what would be considered a reverse isekai anime series. And for the longest time, it only had one season, and quite frankly, the first season, where it ended, they didn't need to add any more. It would have been done. However, I'm pretty sure that the manga that it was based on continued going on. So, I'm pleased to say that, yes, after all these years it's been out, a second season has been released, and it sounds like there may be a third in the works. However, this anime has all your typical isekai stuff, but it does center around food. After all, the devil is a part-timer in a McDonald's. Gee, I wonder what that's a reference to. And oh my goodness. In fact, I had a lot more fun just seeing the different ways they managed to bring in trademarked food places without actually saying those food places' names. So, no copyright infringement. But McDonald's was actually the funniest. But that's the devil is a part-timer. However, there is another isekai type or reverse isekai type anime that is entirely food related. This is Restaurant to Another World. And you don't find out until much later in the series that the reason this restaurant is able to be open to the other world is well, I won't say anything. Things aren't quite as they seem. Remember, it is a reverse isekai. Each episode focuses on two different dishes. And the characters or creatures that are overwhelmingly satisfied by those meals. And oh my goodness. I don't know what it is, but when the characters in these animes um, express appreciation for their food, it's always over the top. But not as over the top as another series I will be talking about. But either way, Restaurant to Another World has 2 seasons, and I believe the first season is 13 episodes, and the second season is 12 episodes. But either way, I was happy watching it. So you could say 24, 25 episodes in its entirety. If you don't mind watching people eating food every episode. And yes, you do get elements of how they got to the restaurant. So it's not all food. It's maybe something else is happening, and maybe somebody's sick. Maybe somebody's running away. Maybe they're trying to find a place to rest. Uh, you just have to watch the series. But with that said, I'm going on to my final one that I'm going to be mentioning. The last anime that I can mention right now that I would recommend you watch during the season or month of November is Food Wars. And yes, it centers around making food for everyone. And and teachers and yeah. Oh, if you've seen the if you've seen things like Iron Chef, it follows that kind of um formula. But everybody who's tasting the food is even more over the top in expressing their appreciation for the food. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for the younger viewers, so those who are 13 and under, it's not for you. But for those who are more towards 18 and over, definitely. And those who are like 14 and going on up, parental, um, what was it? Oh, parental guidance is warranted. Very warranted. Oh, but with all that said, oh, quite frankly, if you find any enemies out there that feature food in one way or another, whether it's being made or actually, I'm pretty sure there are a few different uh, restaurant type anime or food type anime that would be appropriate for this month. However, I only mentioned the ones that I've actually watched. So, I've watched The Devil is a Part-Timer, I've watched Restaurant to Another World, and I've watched Food Wars. The Devil is a Part-Timer I also watched during. I also watched that to get a Halloween fix if I want to. But it more features the whole food part. So yeah. That was the only reason I mentioned it first. Devil is a Part-Timer currently has 2 seasons. Restaurant to Another World has 2 seasons. And Food Wars, I think, also has two. I think it does have 2 seasons. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. You can find The Devil's a Part-Timer on Crunchyroll. You can find Restaurant to Another World on Crunchyroll 2, I think. These are our Funimation. And you can find Food Wars on Netflix. However, you may be able to find them elsewhere. Just be sure to use an ad blocker. For whatever reason, after all, viruses, whether real or virtual, are not good at all. Especially if they get anyone sick. But with that said, the next vlog I will be talking about dating sim related anime. But there is one in particular that my focus will be on. And with all that said, I'm going to leave you all with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube doesn't always like to share. Be safe, be healthy, and as always, be true to you. Amena, signing out.